TV Crazy Man here. In this video, did Superman's costume actually explode? I take a look at the Superman facts you won't believe, because you probably shouldn't.
Great Caesar's ghost!
I came across a video the other day about 10 Superman TV facts that you won't believe exist, and most of them I actually don't believe. I'm not going to say which channel it came from because I don't want to get into a big YouTube conflict, and as a fallible human being that's got a few things wrong in the past, I could be wrong. And lastly, because the person that put up this video probably didn't even realize that the facts given to them by the AI were basically remixed fantasy. The first fact that the video states is that George Reeves' costume caught on fire and slightly exploded. Now, how does a costume slightly explode? The video then goes on to state that they later reinforced the suit with heat-resistant material. He goes on to say the moment was never aired, but remains legendary among Superman historians. But strangely, I've never heard of it.
Jeepers!
While Reeves did a few scenes involving fire and had a few accidents, such as falling to the ground from wires, I'm going to say that his costume never exploded, even slightly. Next in the video in question, the AI-sounding narrator seems to mix fact with exaggeration, stating that midway through the show's run, producers actually considered replacing Reeves as Superman, as Reeves wanted out. But public outcry convinced him to keep the part. Now, I think if anything, Reeves might have continued the part for money, but I've never heard of any public outcry. It also mentions test audiences reacting negatively to alternate footage of another actor as Superman. I don't think that's a thing either. Seems like that footage would be floating around somewhere if that was the case.
Well, I'm going after him. Get the bottom of this once and for all.
The video then goes on to talk about the color episodes of Superman and says they were used to show off color TV sets and that they were praised by critics at the time. The thing is, even though the color episodes were filmed, they weren't shown until the show's initial run was over in the mid-1960s. So audiences, they didn't even know the episodes were in color until years later.
What? Oh, no.
Next, the video claims that episodes of Superman were actually pulled due to complaints from parents about intense fight scenes. So it claims the network shelved these episodes, but what network? The show was ran in syndication and was never tied to a specific network. Then the video claims the pulled episodes are rare collector's items with banned footage that historians are still looking for. I'm pretty sure I've got all the episodes in my DVD collection, so I don't think that's a thing. I mean, you never know, but after decades and decades of being a Superman fan, I think I would have read something about this before. The video talks about Noel Neill having a special stuntwoman and refers to her as doing major action stunts on the show with wires. I'm pretty sure that wasn't a thing. Lois never as much even flown around in Superman's arms back then. But according to the video, her groundbreaking wire stunts paved the way for future female action heroes.
How about that?
Now, she did do a flying scene on one episode where she and Jimmy gained the powers of Superman, but wires weren't used. And Phyllis Coates actually may have gotten knocked out in one scene, but as far as Lois Lane doing the type of action scenes that require wires and a stunt woman on a regular basis, I don't think so. If anybody has any information about a special stunt woman for Lois Lane back then, please let me know in the comments. Okay, so then the video shows a photoshopped image of Clayton Moore as the Lone Ranger and George Reeves as Superman, and claims that the two teamed up for a children's charity campaign, and that footage of this was shown in select theaters. No footage, of course, was shown on the video. Well, then I know something's up when the narrator says that fans still debate whether the team-up should have led to a full episode. Well, I mean, that's interesting since I'm sure most fans of either Lone Ranger or Superman never heard of this team-up, even though fans have often imagined what such a team-up would have been like, including myself. I think the closest thing to a team-up is the fact that there were some stars from The Adventures of Superman that actually played on the Lone Ranger TV series, and there was a few years ago, there was a comic book that imagined Superman as the Lone Ranger. The last thing that really seemed to be way off was when the video seemed to be getting the 1981 debut of Superman Peanut Butter confused with the 1950s Adventures of Superman TV series. making it seem that Superman peanut butter was the first of its kind to put a superhero on a product way back in the 1950s.
Well, if that don't beat all!
Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is for the benefit of Superman fans, YouTube viewers in general, and for YouTubers to hopefully pay a close attention to what information they post from AI. I mean, it always pays to do a little research, and even when you do your best, you can get facts confused from time to time. But obviously, trusting in AI is not quite the way yet. I mean, even Google has a note saying its AI responses may have mistakes. I think there's a temptation to be completely anti-AI, but it's a powerful tool, and as they say on Spider-Man, with great power, though, does come great responsibility. I mean, AI might cure cancer someday, but then it might create Terminators. It can be used for good, evil, or to just make us very confused about what's happened in the past. That is, if we don't pay close attention. I hope that people will realize that when they use AI, that it's definitely not perfect, and you should verify facts as much as possible before declaring the information gained from AI as well as facts. And as a viewer, you may find these kinds of videos entertaining, but make sure you take the facts they present with a grain of salt, especially if the narrator sounds either too perfect, like he's an actor from Hollywood, or maybe slightly robotic. The answer isn't to create fact checkers, because if even Google admits to being wrong, then which source do we declare perfect? The only answer going forward is vigilance, and maybe we better not get too lazy as to put our complete faith in computers just yet.
Who is Superman?
Let me know what you think in the comments below. Have you watched any videos lately with very amazing facts that you've never heard of before that just don't sound quite right? Check out all the other videos on the TV Crazy Man channel for classic TV goose, fun facts, and lots more. Thanks so much for watching. Please hit the like, and have a great day.